Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play NBA 2K18 und ist endlich mal wieder soweit. Ich habe mal wieder eine Nachricht bekommen auf dem Handy, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, wer mir schreibt. Oh, Joel Embiid, wer ist das denn? Mal gucken. Mein Insta ist schwach, okay, oder ist oh, guck mal, Mann, dein Insta ist schwach. Was schreibt der dann noch? Aber ist schon ganz in Ordnung. Oh, das ist ja schön. Ich, ich könnte ihn jetzt nachbabbeln. Oder? Komm, ja, wir bauen ihn mal nicht nach. Ja, ich hätte ja gern gesagt, ja, das stimmt. The process. Ja, komm schon, wo führt denn das Gespräch hier hin, bitte? Oh yeah. Joel Embiid, ein neuer Kontakt. Aber sonst nicht viel Neues. Naja, dann werde ich eine Runde trainieren gehen. Und wir sehen uns in der Halbzeitpause, beziehungsweise hören uns in der Halbzeitpause. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß beim Spiel.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers as they play against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. For Dallas, they dropped the first matchup against this squad. They'll try to even the series in tonight's game. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know, huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in midseason. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Hey, boo-boo. DJ. I don't want to scare you. There's a kid out there with a giant cutout of your head. Just thought you should know.
Boo-boo, I see this all the time.
Well, yeah, at home. But this is the first time you ever seen one on the road, right?
Yes, I don't know.
Look, I just want you to be aware so that way if you look in the stands and see a silly mug staring back at you, you won't get scared. I mean, it's not like you got a pretty face like old Boo-boo.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Clippers come into town for this one. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Let's take a look at Dallas. Well, they know they have their work cut out for them here tonight and during a stretch of games facing a lot of talented teams.
And a win here, guys, would shift momentum in the season series tonight. It's their second of 3 games overall, and they'll need to draw on what they learned the last time around.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, DeAndre Jordan shoots with his left hand, but he bowls with his right. He throws with his right, and he finishes with his right around the rim. But he insists he's left-handed. He said, I tried to shoot with my right hand, and it was pretty much the same, maybe worse. I'm going to stick with the left because I've been practicing that for a while. Kevin?
Interesting strategy, D.A. Thank you. Jordan shoots a high percentage from the field. You can't fault him for using that logic. And, Steve, when you reach this midway point of the season, the All-Star break approaching, how many teams are looking forward to get some rests at this stage?
I think a lot. I think sometimes when you have guys have that nagging injuries, you're looking forward to that break. Some teams that have not been playing their best, you want to just get some time away and hopefully you can come back at the All-Star break. So having this week-long All-Star breaks now, it helps the body, it helps the mind, and a lot of these teams, it gets them back on track.
Kind of hit that reset button, huh?
Yes, I've been hitting that a lot.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Williams and Gallinari at the 2 and the 3. The heart of the team at the 4 and the 5. Griffin and Jordan. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And that one comes up a bit short. 3 on 3. Gallinari attacking. And the rejection by Noel. And it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise, so we'll see some free throws here. And as good as Gallinari can be on the offensive side, Greg, he's a bit of a one-way player.
Yeah, and Gallinari is best in a situation where you can kind of hide him on defense. You want him out there on the floor due to his genius in terms of the offensive game, but he can't hang with most starting caliber forwards defensively.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
Up and down career for Gallinari. A skilled forward with size has struggled because of health.
And so he makes both from the line.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
There's a screen by Noel, and they call an illegal screen here.
Another whistle, and he's got to be careful with his foul situation.
Measuring, he's checked in for Noel. Dallas on defense. 4-point game. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
No other way to put it. The defense was awful. Completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
They also committed a lot of mistakes while their opponent was extremely disciplined. A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Beverly against Smith. Measuring, kicks to Smith. Yep, that one goes in there.
I tell you what, Smith is a gamer. This guy's out there to take on anybody who stands in his way.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
And Smith, no good on that one.
And Dennis Smith Jr., the 9th overall pick in this year's draft, but voted by his fellow rookies as the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. The Mavericks giving him every opportunity as their point guard of the future.
And so it's Dallas with him after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Barnes. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
And Griffin scores. The assist by Williams. Griffin's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And Dennis Smith, guys, get this, measured a 40.
The Mavericks with some changes. Withy's checked in for Measuring. Yogi Ferrell comes in for Seth Curry. And Barea subbed in for Smith. Now, here's DJ. Picked by Harrell. Lets it go from deep. And a shot by Wells, no good.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Ferrell kicks to Barnes. Back to Ferrell. 23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Out to the right wing. On deep, Barea knocks down the three ball. Barea's got his first 3 points of the game. There's the dish to Wells. Kicks it to DJ. The three. The rebound by Withy. Barea. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. The Clippers on top, up by 1. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
You jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around, he seems to improve his game every year.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Wells. Rivers out there with DJ. Then there's Harrell. And it's Decker in at the 4. Well, like so many teams in the NBA, Steve, the Clippers have also acquired the right to run an NBA G League team this season. Always a move that helps the NBA franchise long term.
Yeah, it does. And for the Clippers who have an older group, it makes a lot of sense. Get more minutes for their young draftees to develop. Definitely a big plus for the Clippers going forward.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball after the three-pointer from Shammy Wells.
Really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. And here is Noel, following the three-pointer by DJ. From deep, Barea, and it's DJ with the rebound.
And guys, what stands out to me the most of DJ's whole journey here to the NBA is that he was discovered in a street ball competition. I don't know what kind of show he put on, but apparently it was enough to get a camp invite.
Mavericks trailed by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ferrell for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Ferrell's got 5 points in the quarter.
I mean, just a good shooter taking what the defense allows. Finds some space out beyond the arc.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Guys, there's so many great scorers in our league. It makes it tough to get stops, but somehow they were able to do it consistently in that one.
The reason why their rotations were quick, they prevented easy shots and they kept their opponent out of rhythm.
Curry's checked in for Dallas. Smith comes in for Yogi Ferrell. Well, the NBA, we know, has incredible competition. And more times than not, it's more serious than anything else, and you're so locked in. But, Steve, right, there are moments of levity that everybody can kind of laugh at, correct?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think the one thing is having a teammate go to that free throw line, shooting an air ball, and him glancing over at the bench. And, you know, nobody wants to laugh at times. But depending on the game, you just bust out laughing. And then he goes up there and shoots it really hard to make sure he doesn't have an air ball. And then the one when you're passing the basketball and the teammate is not looking and you catch him right in the choppers. That's the one everybody laughs about the most.
How about you personally? Any moment that either you were laughing or people were laughing at something that happened to you on the floor?
You know, I had this one, we call it a flat tire, Kevin. I was led. Teammate Brevin Knight threw it out, and I couldn't stop. And my legs wobbled. I fell. I caught it and went out of bounds. That's the one I think for me was the funniest. It just wasn't funny when it happened.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Withy's checked in. Noel, a screen on Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Here's Smith. Tries again. Withy. No good. Shot missing. Griffin with some nice D. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Smith the pass to Barnes. Noel, a screen on Gallinari. They set the screen. Smith dishes to Barnes. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
Here's Gallinari. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And we all know Blake Griffin, Steve, is a scoring forward, but he has a very well-rounded game. Besides being an excellent ball handler, he is also one of the best passing bigs in the NBA.
I agree. He's done a nice job of improving in that area. Being able to pass out of the post, pass off the dribble, has a great sense of timing, and could put a pass exactly where he wants.
Barnes kicks to Smith over Beverly, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Gallinari against Barnes. Takes the 13-footer. Griffin can't get it to go in. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Smith with it. 9 points last game out. Curry, a screen on Beverly. Smith outside. Over Beverly. Dallas, no good that time either. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Aber vor David schalte ich mich natürlich ein. Erstmal fettes Entschuldigung, ich bin im ersten Viertel leider auf die Taste gekommen und habe dann übersprungen, bis ich eingewechselt wurde. Da fehlen euch so 1-2 Minütchen. Aber Aber ich habe ordentlich Einsatzzeit bekommen, also zumindest mehr als in den Spielen davor in der ersten Hälfte. Und das hat sich ausgezahlt. Also ich finde, ich habe ein sehr, sehr gutes Spiel gemacht, waren schöne Pässe dabei, 3 Punkte waren mit dabei und vor allem ein Rebound und ein genialer Stil. Ich hoffe mal, dass ich in der zweiten Hälfte nochmal eingewechselt werde und noch ein bisschen Zeit bekomme, das Ganze noch ein bisschen auszubauen. Aber ich bin mit der Entwicklung sehr, sehr zufrieden. Ja, das Spiel sieht spannender aus, als es ist derzeit. Das ist noch nicht ganz so ein großer Vorsprung, aber ich denke, wir haben trotzdem die Mavs im Griff und wir sollten es eigentlich für uns entscheiden können. Aber ob es passiert oder nicht, das seht ihr gleich in der zweiten Hälfte. Erstmal kurz an die Sideline zu David Aldridge und dann kurz in die Werbung. Und dann sind wir da mit der zweiten Hälfte. Und wir hören uns nach dem Spiel wieder. Bis gleich. David, bitte.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post, and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. The second half just about to get going here. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Mavericks, Smith Jr. and Curry paired at the 1 and the 2. Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. And it's Noel in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Griffin, following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Griffin kicks to Beverly. Oh, Griffin in position, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Barnes. No good that time. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Los Angeles leading by 10. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
Now, here is Smith following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Smith. Pass to Beverly. Jordan the screen. Beverly the pass to Griffin. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Measury, he's checked in for Noel. Barea comes in for Harrison Barnes. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Smith. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Rivers checked in. Now here's Barea. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Dishes it to Nowitzki. Griffin with the steal. Clippers leading by 8. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Ferrell kicks to Nowitzki. Here's Measuring. Danny battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Measury's got 6 points.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Griffin kicks to Beverly. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And the Clippers lead by 9. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Dallas moving it around. Here's measuring. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, you look back at the Clippers and what hurdles they've had to jump through, and they've faced a lot of bad luck over the last couple years, especially with injuries.
You know, this team can't catch a break, and it always seems like it's when playoff time is around. Always, it seems like one of their key star players are missing in the postseason. It happens year after year. It stunts their title hopes.
First free throw is good. Jeff with it. He's checked in for Dallas. And then for Los Angeles, Reed, he's checked in for Griffin. Wells comes in for Gallinari. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And he can't hit the second. Smitty, we have a question sent in by a viewer. They want to know, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what food would you pick? And got anything for that?
You know what? Kevin, that's a good question. There's so many, especially my mom's cooking. But I'm going to go with shrimp fried rice. That's the one I think I would eat for the rest of my life.
The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shot.
The first free throw is good.
Man, Doc Rivers has quite the resume as a player and as an NBA coach. Won a title with the Boston Celtics, also a former Coach of the Year.
So he hits both. And with Rivers and the accolades he's had as a head coach, it goes a long way in how players and veterans want to play for him.
It is. Rivers has been in the league for such a long time. He has a lot of respect from his peers. Strong track record as a coach. Only missed the playoffs 3 times in his coaching career. He's a player's coach.
Here's Farrell. He has 5. Basket good.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
The feed to Jordan. The pass to Teodosic. Jordan the screen. Now the dish to Rivers. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Outside Curry. Farrell kicks to Barea. Here's Farrell. He's got 7. Clock at 4. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the strike.
He misses the free throw. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the second free throw, good. 1:06 left to play here in the third. Passes it to Teodosic. Curry against Rivers. Curry with the steal. Pass to Farrell. There's the pick. Feeds to Barea. 6 on the shot clock. From beyond the arc. Doesn't go for it. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Farrell. He's got 8. He feeds it to Barea. Drains it from beyond the arc. Barea's got 6.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Got to have a presence in the lane. Remember, no layups, no layups, no layups.
Rick Carlisle making rim protection a key priority. You heard right there. We'll see if they can really shut down the paint.
And to achieve what the coach wants, it's going to take a lot of communication defensively. Guys helping one another on the floor.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Montrezl Harrell is out there with Wells. Then it's Williams. Then it's Reed. And it's Teodosic in at the point. Here's Farrell. Back to Smith. He dishes it to Wither. Smith against Reed. The Mavericks rebound. Got a hand on it. They get it back. Los Angeles leading by 6. On up the court. Williams gets the bucket.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Smith outside. There's a screen by Noel. Tries it from 9. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Milos Teodosic, one of the bigger names in basketball not to play in the NBA last season, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, the Clippers brought him over from Europe to help kind of ease the loss of Chris Paul. He's a terrific playmaker who is one of the best passers in the world. And not young, but respected by many around the globe.
That free throw, no good.
And the explosive athletic nature of Smith's game, really exciting. Just a guy at the point with a ton of upside.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Jordan, he's checked in for Willie Reed. Griffin comes in for Harrell. Gallinari, he's checked in for Wells. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Teodosic. And he sinks the second.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now here's Williams. Up top, Griffin. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Jordan with a screen on Barnes. Gallinari on the wing, covered by Barnes. 11 feet away. Barnes grabs the miss. Mavericks trailed by 7. Pass to Farrell. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Farrell. Back to Barnes. Over Williams. And that one's good. Barnes.
Barnes is just so well developed from anywhere on the floor.
And Beverly kicks to Williams. Jordan the screen, and here's Gallinari outside, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. Noel, a screen on Beverly. Nowitzki outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. 17-foot shot on the way. Dallas has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Beverly against Smith. Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Barnes. Fires for three. Another three for Dallas.
Barnes' teammates feel comfortable with him taking the shot. Pressure does not seem to faze him in big moments.
Oh, Griffin in position. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
An unforced error. I'm not sure what was he thinking.
A different look for Dallas. Curry's checked in for Farrell. And Barea subbed in for Smith. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rivers checked in. Mavericks trailed by 5. Noel, a screen on Beverly. Barea kicks to Barnes. They set the screen. Dishes to Nowitzki. And Barea has it in the corner. Nowitzki a screen. Dallas, no good that time either. Los Angeles leading by 5. 1:29 left to play here in the fourth. Jordan against Noel. Shot off the screen. Jordan's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And that one's good. Barnes.
And just a crucial shot by Barnes, taking it upon himself and coming through.
Barnes against Gallinari. Right wing. And Beverly kicks to Rivers. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Here's Dallas. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Barea dishes to Curry. He kicks to Barnes. Over Gallinari. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
What more can you ask for?
Phenomenal here in the clutch. This is what fans tune in to see.
Now here's Beverly. And it's Jordan that's out the key. Left side, Griffin. Barnes kicks to Barea. They set the pick. Back to Barnes. Over Gallinari. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish.
Tja, leider keine Einsatzzeit mehr bekommen, aber ein extrem spannendes Finish. Mit einem Punkt Vorsprung haben wir am Ende gewonnen. Also, ja, phänomenal. Also ich habe hier wirklich gezittert am Schreibtisch, muss ich jetzt mal so sagen. Also kann man ja noch sagen. Oh, das gab ja mal richtig hier VC. Das ist ja richtig schön. Ja, um auf meine Leistung zu schauen, ich bin sehr zufrieden eigentlich für die kurze Einsatzzeit, die ich wieder nur hatte. 3 Punkte, 1 Rebound, 1 Steal, viele gute Pässe. Richtig gute Nummer. Mehr kann man da eigentlich fast gar nicht zu sagen. Ein Assist hätte ich noch gern gehabt.
This must be what jewel thieves feel like after the heist.
Man, I would love to be a jewel thief. Just start the car, bro.
You know what's funny? When I was a kid watching ball, I used to love close games. Fans still love them, I guess. Me, I just hate them. I'd rather we just blow teams out.
You know, that's great veteran advice. Why don't we just blow teams out? Why not think of that? You know, that would really revolutionize the game of basketball. If we just blew teams out.
Wouldn't it?
That's simple.
Blow teams out.
See, Boo-Boo stands by it.
Ja, nee, so spannende Spiele haben schon was, aber natürlich zittert man dann immer ein bisschen, ob es denn reicht. Naja, wenn euch NBA 2K18 gefällt und ihr auch so enge Spiele spielen wollt, dann guckt mal in die Videobeschreibung, da gibt es einen Link, wo ihr das Spiel besonders günstig kaufen könnt und uns damit auch gleichzeitig noch ein bisschen unterstützt. Und wenn ihr mal NBA 2K17 mit 2K18 vergleichen wollt, dann solltet ihr auch in die Videobeschreibung gucken, denn da gibt es auch einen Link zur NBA 2K17 Playlist. Da könnt ihr euch alle Folgen vom letzten Jahr noch mal anschauen. Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann lasst einen Daumen hoch da. Ihr dürft auch sehr, sehr gerne kommentieren. Und wenn ihr uns noch nicht abonniert habt, dann abonniert uns doch einfach. Vergesst aber nicht, die kleine Glocke neben dem Abonnieren-Button zu klicken, denn nur dann bekommt ihr mit, wenn wir Videos hochladen. Und da gibt es ja täglich neue. Wie zum Beispiel jeden Tag um 18 Uhr NBA 2K18 im Moment. Bis Weihnachten etwa, denke ich, wird die Serie noch andauern. Also Weihnachten 2017, so in dem Bereich irgendwann. Wir werden sehen. Jetzt bleibt mir nicht mehr viel zu sagen, außer dass ihr im Abspann jetzt auf die linke Seite des Bildschirms klicken könnt für ein paar Infos aus dem Kanal. Auf der rechten Seite des Bildschirms findet ihr nochmal die komplette NBA 2K18 Playlist. Und in der Mitte, da könnt ihr uns abonnieren. Und damit sage ich Tschüss und macht's gut. Bis morgen.